Hello my friends, I am Jihondo. Welcome back to our Let's Play of OpenTTD One City Challenge. This is episode 5. In episode 4, major highlights of course is that we connected up to our shiny new diamond mine here, which is fantastic, as well as putting in some planes. Just in between episodes I was just getting myself mentally prepared for what we were going to be doing today. I think the first thing we're going to start with is connecting an airplane route over to Nant Hill, but you'll notice I have the road vehicles up. I went in, as I always do, to see if there was any upgrades, and in the road vehicles I noticed that the only ones listed were my passenger trams, which means that my water trucks have mysteriously vanished. Again. I have absolutely no idea what's happening with that, but I must say I'm not real impressed with it. So, if anyone has any idea why the game is doing this, let alone why it's doing it semi-regularly now, I would be absolutely delighted to have even a guess, because right now I don't even have one of those. It's really, really annoying. But anyway, it's easily enough. Yeah, let's try that sentence again. It is easy enough to fix. I mostly just want to try and figure out what causes it, so I can either fix it or change it or what have you. Because I have absolutely no idea. Where's my actual station? There it is. So yeah, it's really bizarre and annoying. But anyway, it's easy enough to fix, so it's not the end of the world. It's just bizarre. Nothing more, nothing less. Oops, clicked off my screen there. But anyway, we will let them get rolling, and they will sort themselves out in terms of gaps between vehicles. That's nothing we'll need to worry about for such a short trip. They can sort that out on their own. Well, let's get the clock rolling here. There we go. Let these vehicles start their process, and in the meantime, let's go look at Nant Hill. The reason I picked this city specifically, I went in just basically to the town list, and it's not, the next highest. It's fairly up there. But all these other ones I looked at were even further away than the Garthaven one I've already got, and that plane takes a long time to get there. So this is the closest one of the ones that are above us in population. So I figured it would be a good one to work with. So that's the plan, and hopefully it all works out. City or metropolitan? I guess it doesn't really matter. So we'll do city. That's fine. We can actually get most of the city already, and if they'll let me put in a bus station or two, we could probably get the whole city. If they'll let me. I don't know if they will or not. Well, that's not close enough. There we go. And maybe one over here somewhere, if they'll let me. There. Okay, now I've got coverage of most of that city, so that should be good. Let us go ahead and get a shiny Yachtwagon going, because these planes are awesome. Make sure it's set for passengers. Any mail that they bring is incidental, but I won't complain. Right, hangar, tarmac. Over then to our hangar and tarmac. There we go. And most important, we need to name this thing. Glorious. Okay, and with that, let's go ahead and get it rolling. Cool. Obviously the first trip will have nothing to come this way, because it's just there to activate first, but that's pretty normal. We're used to that. Excellent. I'm not sure how the sound is going to be for you guys. Hopefully it's about right. I'm actually on a new headset. This is my first recording with it, so I've been playing with the audio settings a little bit. So I think they're okay. But they sound weird to me because they're a lot louder in my ear than I'm used to. So hopefully it's right on your side, and it's just a change I've got to get used to on my side. So, but it's good. It's an actual headset, so it's like actually a one-piece connected headphone and microphone. Up until now, like when I very first started my very first episodes, I had just a microphone cable dangling over my ear through my glasses and just kind of hovering near my mouth. That didn't work real well. Then my wife MacGyvered me together, something that would actually at least hold the microphone. It's a little embarrassing, but she basically made me a neck strap out of an old pink purse strap, and I used to call it bondage gear because I thought that was really funny, but yeah, it was kind of humiliating to wear the thing, so I guess bondage gear is about right. At some point maybe I'll take a picture of it just so you guys can see it. If you're interested, leave me a comment, but it was nasty. But anyway, I now have an actual proper integrated headset, so it's much easier to manage, and I don't have to fumble with cables and all that anymore, so it's much nicer. But hopefully, like I say, the sound is a bit different on my side, so I'm not 100% sure how it's going to sound once I get it up onto YouTube, but we shall see. Hopefully it's not too bad. Okay, did not have any passengers waiting there, apparently. Okay, so be it. Oh yeah, because we do have passengers on it. A plane must have just left, I guess, because there was absolutely nothing there. Oh well, that's okay. And it seems like it gets very few passengers. I think it's mostly just to drop passengers off more than anything. So I guess the real profit comes when it brings these people back from the destination. Yeah, I can see that we're going to be cloning a few of these planes. Once I can afford them, so apparently they're $2.5 million a piece. That's pretty expensive. But that's fine. Since this thing will have no trouble grabbing a full load, I'm assuming it's going to make pretty good money once it lands, so not too worried about that. Oh, that was the other thing that happened last episode, is the town growth dropped from 142 to 71 days per growth cycle, and I'm not sure if that's because it reached a certain population or because we're bringing a steady supply of diamonds in, so it's, like another trade good that's got full value. I have no idea, but because it was about the same time I noticed it, so either way, that was a good thing. And since the food and water are pretty stable, the growth is pretty constant, so yeah, okay, yeah. So we got full load this time, so we just have to wait for it to make it back over here, and that should either completely or very nearly pay for itself in this first trip. I'm guessing. Probably about half, I'd say. It's not quite as far as the other plane we're sending to. I've forgotten the name of that other city, but it's easy enough to find. Cartaven. That one's a little bit further away, so it's worth a little bit more, but this should still be a fair bit of distance, and thus actually a pretty good pile of money, but we shall see. In about 2 weeks, I think, it'll take to get there. Oh, I guess I can put the speed up. I haven't done that yet. I was wondering why everything seems to be taking so long. Actually, we can afford to do that cloning right now if we liked. Not quite. Well, let's see how much this makes first anyway. It should not be an insignificant amount of cash, I would think. Yeah, about $250,000, so it'll pay for itself in, what, about 8-9 trips? Nothing wrong with that. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and clone. Actually, I should clone it from the other side, that way it's picking up immediately. That would make more sense. Right? No sense in having it fly all the way over here before it makes its first delivery. That's clever. Well done, me. Sometimes I impress myself with my sheer ability to figure something out that should have been completely obvious. Ah, well, it's okay. Anyway. Yeah, that seems a lot louder to me, so I really hope that it's not too loud once it's up on YouTube, but it's a whole lot louder in my ear. I clearly still have to do some more mucking about with the sound. But anyway, that's an off-camera job. That's not a fight with it right now job. Was there? I don't remember that being there. I think it was, maybe. I don't remember that being there, though. Anyway, no matter. How's the old headquarters look? Yeah, it still looks the same. Built it up on this nice little hill overlooking the city. I thought that was quite nice. The one thing I haven't seen is the statue I paid them to build of me. I have no idea where they put it. They took my money, so I'm assuming they did build it, but I have no idea where. They've clearly buried it in amongst all these other buildings, and I just have no idea. Or they lied to me. They said they built it, but they never did. That's also possible. These people could be thieves. Anyway, and after all I've done for you... Oops, this plane had a bit of a problem. Such that the other plane got ahead of it because it was slowing down so much. Oh, you jerk, you're doing fine, and you made this one circle instead of you circling. You selfish jerk. Anyway. It should now be allowed to come in, because this one should be going up here to do a load. There you go. Silly, silly people. There we go, just like magic, all that smoke disappears. Unlike in electronics. It's a running joke, I'm not sure if you guys will have heard it before, but basically whenever you're working with anything electronics, I learned this when I was learning PC repair many years ago back at college. The teacher we used to make a joke that if you ever let the blue smoke out, the device would never work again. I kind of got what he was talking about, but I wasn't really sure until somebody actually did do a wiring fault and blew the component out completely, and sure enough, it did let out a little bit of blue smoke. He's like, yep, that's never going to work again. Once it's out, you cannot get the blue smoke back in the machine, so... I'm afraid you get to start over. So, anyway, that's why when I saw the smoke coming off the plane and that came out without the smoke, that's what reminded me of that. Silly little joke, but I found it funny. Anyway, excuse me. Alright, well, things are looking pretty good. I've been keeping an eye over here, and I haven't seen either the food or the water flicker to red at all in quite a while. So clearly we've got the food situation relatively clean. Or at least good enough, I guess. So, this is a good thing. That food train looks like it's doing fine. And then I had the, oh, that's right, they were up here. The other two over here. From this one here, which is also doing pretty well. And there's one of the trains there. So that's awesome. I like how if you look closely enough, you can actually see how full the cars are. Like, the front ones are obviously completely full, and the further back ones are either completely empty or almost empty. Yeah, almost empty. Well, I guess those aren't completely full, but they're mostly full. That's kind of neat. Just little wee details like that I do like. Where's the other train? Oh, it's still in the station here. Oh no, that's one going the other way. Where is the other fruit train? I thought... Huh, interesting. There's the one there. Where is the second one? Yes, I definitely have two trains. Interesting. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm just going blind. Okay, never mind. Crisis averted. Oops. Just not trying to click on that. Crisis averted. Me just being blind again. It's all good. All good. Indeed. Okay. Alright, so yeah, things are looking pretty smooth here. Our growth is steady. We've basically doubled the number of housing tiles since we first started, because we started the game at 31, we're up to 63 now. So we've actually done slightly over double, which is awesome. I guess the only other thing we're really missing, I guess, would be a factory to bring goods in. There's plenty of places I could go to get stuff to bring to a factory. In fact, I've actually got... Oh, this one's gone. I was going to say there was a copper mine I think I was already connected to, but I guess it's gone. But we just don't have a factory in town yet. So that's a bit of a shame. I guess, though, if I ever do grow enough to encompass, for example, you know, this copper mine, or if they grow one, or if they build one closer by, I could go out to a factory, because that would still be within the heart of the challenge. It'd just be kind of backwards looking, because it would be going from the city out and then back, as opposed to from somewhere outside back to the city. But it would still be okay. It would still be within the parameters of the challenge, so it'd be alright. But at this point, I don't think, unless we start substantially growing this direction, I don't think we're going to be getting either of these anytime soon. The one here I think we had a shot at, but it's apparently closed down, so... And I don't think I'm going to be building one, because as I recall, I think even the factory was, yeah, 10 million bucks. And say for an example, a copper mine, just arbitrarily, 83 mil, or a lumber... Well, lumber mill's not bad. Oh, it just produces wood. Okay, it's not even... It's like a... Well, it certainly is a lot cheaper, though, than copper. I guess the other option would be to do oil, but yeah, they're ridiculous as well. I wonder why the lumber mill's so much cheaper. Weird. Anyway, but until I say, unless we actually get access to a factory, it's not going to help. So, anyway, I heard quite the thump a moment ago, and I'm not sure what that thump was. I don't see anything crashed, so I don't know if that was just a noise glitch, or if something did fail. Oh, we're getting a stadium. Neat. Or like if something just failed in the audio, or if something actually did like, crap out and I just don't see it. Either way, it didn't sound good, whatever that was. Maybe it was just trying to play multiple sounds at once and they got mixed up or something. I don't know. It's very bizarre either way. Or maybe that was the sound of somebody thumping down the beginning of a stadium tile. I have no idea. Anyway, I guess I won't worry about it too much and we'll just move on. Craziness. Oh, look at all this. Apparently we have competition nearby. This must be mail AI, because it's doing nothing but post offices. Okay, I could be wrong, but that seems a little pointless to me. It could be one thing if, you know, one was a road vehicle and say one was a streetcar or something, that'd be fine, but they're both just general road vehicles, and they're on the same road tile. So I'm not entirely sure how that helps. Interesting. Anyway. Mine is not to reason why. Anyway. Strange, strange, strange. Oh, am I close enough to be picking up maize here? I might be. Easiest way to tell, I guess, would be to try to... I could actually be hauling maize here as well, which is good because apparently food is not growing properly, so I do believe it's time to make a slight adjustment on this train, which just passed its depot, but that's okay, we could fix that. Alright, so what we'll do... Alright, right now you have 2 food and 4 fruit. I'm going to take 1 fruit off and add 2 maize. I think that will work. Yes, I think that will work just smashingly. Alright, sir, off you go. Obviously the first trip there won't be any because that'll be the first time that we're actually suggesting we can take it. But after that, they should start giving us both fruit and maize, which in turn should keep the factory here a little happier. Which would be good because it's been unhappy now for a week or 2. So we'll get that sorted out. And we should start seeing, yeah, maize waiting for next time. Awesome. Let's get the speed back up here. And see how we do. Okay, so it looks like it'll have no trouble picking up the maize for us. In fact, it may even be able to squeeze on another car of it, actually. Probably could. But for now, we'll leave it as it is, because it's certainly sufficient for our purposes. And that's good enough for me. Alright. Looking good. What I'd like to check next is over here in Nant Hill. How are we doing in terms of... I was about to say, how are we doing in terms of needing to clone a vehicle? I'd say we need to clone one pretty bad. In fact, I think I'm going to clone 2. Although I'll sort them out, or excuse me, let them get going a little bit spaced apart, just so they're not impacting each other. Although that is getting a little bit heavy in terms of traffic back home at our airport, so that is a bit of a concern I'll have to worry about. But anyway, for now it should be able to support that many planes. I think that's 7 in total now, I think. Yep, 7 in total between the 2 routes. So, really don't want to go over 10. That's what I pretty much consider the limit for an airport the size. As it is, I can already see there's, not always, but occasionally, a plane circling. And I certainly don't want to get to a point where there's always a plane circling, because that means that airport is just too busy. But right now it's just kind of occasionally waiting, so that's alright. Okay. Okay. I am okay with that. So yeah, looks like my little empire here is... I mean, my valuable friends in Frogtown are doing quite well here. I haven't had the heart to tell them that I consider myself to be their owner, but, you know, that's okay. Maybe that's why they won't put the statue up on me. Maybe they have figured out my intentions are slightly less than benevolent. It's certainly possible. Anyway. would really like to try and find a way to get actual goods flowing into here, because that would probably help them grow as well. I'm just not really sure how I can do that, unless I, you know, save up some money and buy a lumber mill, and then find a factory somewhere not terribly far away. Which I guess I certainly could do. Industries, factory. Take those off of them. Okay, there isn't really one near me, although there is one near where I already have a route. So there is this factory here. So it certainly wouldn't be a huge deal to go to here if I'm already going to here. So that it would just be a case of investing a lot of money into a lumber mill. Because they were, what, like 8 million or something? Okay. I wonder if it has to be on green tile or if it can be... Yeah, there's that sound again. I don't know what that is, but I don't really like it. Can I just, like, plunk it, say, I don't know, here or something? Not really sure where to put it. Not really sure where the best place to place it is, but I guess... Okay, apparently it's larger than that. Fair enough. How about, like, right here? Oh, it can only be built in right... Okay, so it does have to go in this green section. Okay. Now, in that case, I technically can't build it yet unless I build it down here. Connected to this train, because if I put it here, it's not close enough to my train station. And well, unless I can do a biplane. Can I do wood? No, I can't fly wood by any of the planes I have, so I think I'm just going to put it here, expand this rail a bit to support it, and go from there. I just have no idea how big this actually is. So, I don't know if I need to be, like, putting it, like, here and it becomes humongous, or if I can just put it here and it'll just kind of take a small... I have no idea. Well, I guess the only way to find out is to get brave and click on it, right? So let's do that. I thought that was a rainforest area. What do you mean by rainforest area? Okay, let's do this plan B. Let's go find an existing one and see where it is. That might tell me where, that would be... Oh, there are none. That's not a good sign. That may mean we can't place them down. No wonder they're cheap if I can't build it. Well, sure you could get them real cheap. You just can't actually place it anywhere. Yuck, yuck. Well, okay then. That's, less ideal. That is certainly less ideal. Alright. I guess for now we're not going to be doing that, I suppose. Oh well. That's okay. See, we're starting to have food problems more often again. I can't say as I'm impressed with that. Not sure that I'm real impressed with that, boys. But I also don't know how to fix it. I thought I was actually helping by adding to this train, but clearly that's not enough. So, stadium go? It just had buildings there a minute ago. Are they getting rid of the stadium already? That's pretty harsh. Yeah, I'm not really sure that we could actually do much about this. There's certainly nothing particularly nearby. That's rubber. Oops. That's not going to help us much. Huh. That's another diamond mine. Not really going to help us much. There's oil. Which is lovely and all, but with no oil refinery nearby, not really helpful. Well, I suppose that's something else I could think about building. Be an oil refinery. Well, I certainly could. Because I have access to oil. So maybe I'll build myself an oil refinery. That's certainly an option. Again, not really sure where to put it, but I guess we can just... It has to be kind of near the city, so... Maybe here? Right at the end of this road. No? Okay, how about here? No? Can only be positioned near edges of the map. Okay, I'll take your word for that. Well, we have 90 of them, and... Why, yes, they all do look like they're at edges of the map, don't they? Well, that's rather silly. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that's quite silly. It also doesn't make a lot of sense. Why would it possibly matter unless they're... I guess maybe they're worried about pollution or something, but... Otherwise, that's very, very silly. What is that? Oh, I'm starting to think I see where my water has been going. And what those crashing noises were. Because I'm down to one of these. This is apparently not... Like the crossing lights are apparently not actually stopping vehicles. Okay, we're going to fix that right now. Well, at least I figured out the mystery. I don't pretend to like what I figured out, but at least I figured out the mystery. Well then. Right. And, oops. That means now I can go back up to 5 of these. Alright, mystery solved. I don't pretend to like how I figured that out, but at least we figured it out. So there is definite value in that. I'm very surprised there was never any message about a crash, though. But either way, we won't have that problem anymore, because now this train will, helpfully, just go over the road. I guess I could have made the road be the bridge and left the train alone, but I guess it doesn't really matter. That train already goes over bridges and around corners, like it's already a bad route, so... Making it that little tiny bit worse is not really that big a deal. It's already pretty bad. Oh, good. Glad I figured that out. If you were right in the middle of typing me in a comment about how stupid I was for not figuring it out, please cancel that comment, but feel free to write me another comment instead. But your comment of, oh, I can't believe you're so stupid, how did you not see that? Please delete that one. Anyway. Although I'm not sure that that's the only problem, because I'm pretty sure, and I could be remembering wrong, but I thought the very first time that these vehicles disappeared, several episodes ago, I didn't have this train yet. Well, I could be remembering wrong. And I think the other things I was missing... Oh, it was mostly planes I was missing. So maybe they were crashes as well. But again, I was quite surprised not to get a message about a crash. Unless I disabled that by mistake, but I'm pretty sure I still had that on. But anyway, either way, we have figured it out, so... If nothing else, that's a moral victory for this episode. I think it might be time to make these people love me even more and give them money. Here you go, lads. Build at crazy speed for a while. Because I like growing the city. That's sort of the whole point of this challenge, is to grow this one city, so... It's a cute little house. Or some kind of building. I don't know what that is, but it's very cute and tiny beside this one. Or could that maybe be the statue? Could that be the statue of me? Could it be a different graphic than I'm used to? That certainly could be. If so, no wonder I never saw it before. Look how small it is. Anyway. Who knows? Either way. Things are looking pretty good here. Everything's pretty smooth. Food's the only even remote blip, but it's mostly okay. We're raking in the bucks, which means I can fund the city to grow faster whenever I feel like it. I figured out the disappearing water truck problem. And, yeah. Looking pretty good. Pretty good indeed. In fact, I think I'm going to tell them to go ahead and grow again. If they'll let me, and they will. Grow again, boys. It was so cool last time. Do it again. Which should also help with the inner city tram here. The more the city itself grows, the more money they should have available to make. In theory, anyway. That's the theory, anyway. Whether it actually pans out like that or not is completely separate, but... That's cool. That's a bizarre looking little building, isn't it? If those are supposed to be smokestacks, that... Weird. Alright, well... Oh, it's still being built. That's some kind of like apartment block or something. It certainly is a weird building. That this still hasn't improved. So one more cargo should be pretty easy to get if I can find something to connect. Oops. No, you're not fast enough, but I'll say yes anyway. The rest of these, I guess, are mostly just kind of continuous slow growth, so they'll go up on their own. The only one I can really force, I guess, would be a different cargo type. Well, I tried. I was going to build a lumber mill, and you said no, and then I was going to build an oil refinery, and you said no. Trying. You just keep saying no to me. Such a jerk. Anyway. Alright, well, how much is an actual factory directly? Maybe it's time I just build them a factory. This copper ore I can get from over here. I think it's that one. There's a copper ore. Yep. Like I say, there used to be one right there as well, but... Yeah, I'm not buying an actual copper ore mine, but I don't mind building a factory. Site unsuitable. Why is that an unsuitable factory site? Okay, I guess are we gonna do this little dance again? Okay, currently have, oops, plenty of factories. Take this one for example. Seems fine. Maybe it's got to be at least 3 or 4 squares away from a city, maybe? Well, that could be the problem. I guess that could be the problem. Oops. Oh. Alright, well, if that's the case, I should be able to put it down maybe... The problem is I gotta be able to make sure I can put a station close enough to it that still is connecting to the city in some way, because otherwise I'm violating the challenge. Well, if I put it out here, it would get connected to this one. But that's unsuitable, apparently. Ugh! It really doesn't want to let me do this. I don't know why it doesn't want to let me do this, but it certainly appears not to want to let me do this. Here, guys, grow some more. Yeah, I really don't know what it's bad at, but it really does not want to let me pay to grow it. Which seems odd to me. I'm not using buses, but I'm sure that's a good one. I'm using trams for... or trains, full-out trains for long-distance passenger. Or planes, but I'm not using buses. I suppose I could, I'm not. Anyway. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know. Really don't know. Probably close enough to pick up that rubber. But again, I think that just goes straight to a factory. Yeah, it just goes straight to a factory, so it's not really helpful. I have stuff to take to a factory, I just have to be allowed to build it. So. Or I have to wait until the game decides to build one itself at some point. And it happens to be near enough to me that I can use it. I'm not sure what is likely to happen first, but anyway. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. Again, I have plenty of access to oil, but this hole has to be near the edge of the map thing. Just seems so bizarre to me. Because in order for that to work, I would have to build the refinery over here or something, and build an oil well here, and I think the actual oil wells are ridiculous. Yeah, 100 million, that's ridiculous. Flat out. Crazy town. I mean, I guess if I just, saved up, I could get there eventually, but it seems like an awfully crazy large investment. I mean, yes, it would definitely be profitable, but not for that huge investment, it would take a long, long time to recoup. So I just don't see that that's going to be happening anytime soon. But anyway, I guess we won't worry about it for right now. That is fine. But we're doing fine anyway. We don't really need to push. It's not a critical thing. It's just I was looking to do something to bump my score up a little bit and try and get a slightly better headquarters, but it's really non-critical. So at this point I think I'm okay to just to wait and see if something else presents itself. And hopefully something will. Although again, I have absolutely no idea. But anyway. Just another water supply. I think we got 2 water supplies going now. Yeah, we got the Radnor train one and then the original truck one. And they're both doing fine. I don't think we need to worry about adding more water. I haven't seen the water blip at all so far this episode. And as I recall, it only blipped a little bit last year. Why did you cost so much? Do I maybe not need so many water vehicles? Do I only need maybe 4? Yeah, I'm starting to think I only need 4. Okay, well then you, sir, have unfortunately become redundant. Boink. And let's go with 4. I think that should be fine. I think part of the problem is they are still a little bit bunched up. Or I should have set them to do full loads or something, but I'm sure it'll be fine. They should figure themselves out. Now that there's a little bit less competition, there should always be a little bit more water available for them every time they come by. So that should be fine. Well, I saw that one only picked up 30%. Yeah. Which is not really ideal, I must say. Okay, yeah, I'm starting to see the real problem here. And it's that you guys need to be set to dig full load on the Frogtown east side. So that is what we shall do, and that should sort that out fairly quickly. I would think, anyway. I didn't actually think to do it when I first reset them back up at the beginning of this episode, but I guess I should have. But anyway, they should now no longer have that problem. And I might even be able to drop down to 3 vehicles, depending on how long these ones are sitting here, loading. That'll tell me if I can... Well, I think 4 might be a bit too many, but 3 probably won't be enough. So I think maybe 4 is right for now. Yeah, I think 4 is okay. Could probably drop down to 3, but I think 4 will be okay. So they're recovering. This one won't fully recover in time, but it is definitely improving. So I think they'll be okay for next year. And that will be good. Was that just a breakdown, or was that another crash? Oh, so I think that was just a breakdown, okay. Now I'm all paranoid about these noises. I'm also quite not understanding why you guys can't connect a road yourself, but anyway. Weird. Silly people. Crazy, crazy, silly people. Okay, yeah, things are definitely smoothing themselves out. So I think they'll all be fine this year. So clearly A, getting rid of the 5th one, but more importantly B, making sure they actually can load up properly, I think has sorted them out. So I think we don't have to worry about the water truck situation for quite some time now. what we do need to figure out is what's happening here. No, I was just waiting on the other side. Okay, that's fine. Okay, no panic. We're all good here. Well, I like it when you guys are growing, so grow again. Yeah, being able to invest, like in the local growth, which drastically improves their growth speed, is really helpful. And now that we're raking in the bucks hand over fist here, yeah, I made like 10 million bucks last year. You know, sliding them a couple of million of that to make them grow faster, I see that's totally worth it. Because the more they grow, the more passengers we have, and thus the more profit we make. I do not like how long that one had to circle for. That I don't like. Anyway, I don't think I can do anything about it. So, unless I rebuild this airport as a larger one, but I don't really want to muck about with it that much. So, I guess for now we shall just leave it. That will be fine. Okay. Yeah, I think we're in a good spot here. I don't see any pressing emergencies anymore. The only thing I'm getting concerned about is how busy this airport is, but for now anyway it's holding. So, yes, I'm okay with that. I may want to build a second airport, I just don't know if I can. I'd probably have to put it way over here, because they don't like having two airports too near each other. Or, like I say, I may have to bite the bullet, blow this up, and rebuild it as a bigger one. Which I really don't want to do, but I might have to at some point. Who knows? Who knows? It's holding okay. And that one's doing fine as well. So yeah, we're definitely fine for water. It's really just the food blips that are a slight hindrance. Could I make a little food chopper? I could just make a little helicopter for food. That I actually don't mind doing. I don't want to make a little van, but the helicopters are cool. I don't think that's probably considered scientific reasoning, but I like helicopters. I think they're cool, so there you go. So if I put this as part of Frogtown Main on this side, just a simple heliport will do. It just needs to be near Frogtown Central. Uh-oh. Why? You love me. Don't do this. Well, actually, I could actually send the food down here. Because it doesn't matter where it goes in Frogtown as long as it gets there, so... I think I'm going to get away with one here. So let's make sure it's set to food. Very important. And it is the food copter. It's kind of like a fail copter, only actually good instead of bad. Anyway, you shall go from the hangar to the tarmac over here that you can't actually see, but it does have one. Go. And then it's just a case of how many of them I end up cloning. That I have no idea, but... And of course that also makes this a slightly busier airport, which I don't like, but anyway. The nice thing about them is they land off of the runway, so they don't really affect the planes too much. A little bit, because they do kind of get in the way, but not as much as another whole plane would. So, well, there you go. So we can now make little tiny food trips. This helicopter's probably not going to actually make any money because it just doesn't carry enough. But, again, just to keep this green more often, I think it's worthwhile. I'm not doing this for the profit, I'm doing this for the green factor, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't, but anyway. Yeah, it's never going to be profitable. Absolutely no chance. The running cost is too high for such a short trip and with such a small capacity. It's never going to be profitable. But that's fine. I don't mind. And it's got such a backlog from all these trains coming in. It'll be busy forever, so. I'm not sure I actually want to clone it, though, because it is going to be a non-profitable vehicle, but who cares? Helicopters are cool. So, that's my answer to everything. Why? Because helicopters are cool. Very, very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay, we got a strategic upgrade. That must have been enough to put us up just high enough. Maybe... Oh, we didn't have any non-profitable vehicles last year. Well, once this helicopter counts, that'll disappear, but temporarily we didn't, so that we got a lot of points over here that we didn't have before. So I think this may actually drop back down later, but it's okay. That's not a big deal. But fixing the water, because I think that was the only one we had that was non-profitable at that time. I mean, now obviously we'll have a helicopter instead, but at least for now we don't have non-profitable water vehicles. So yeah, I would say this has been... Hey, and actually, look, the town growth has dropped again. So it must be based on the size, because I haven't added anything new. We already have, or unless it has something to do with having food coming in multiple stations, maybe, which is also possible. But I'm guessing it's just based on the size of the city. But that seems like a good time to go ahead and help them again. Just because I can. And I'm such a nice fella for doing so. Or something. Anyway. But yeah, I'd say we made absolutely excellent progress this episode. We solved the disappearing truck issue. Added a cool helicopter, even though it's going to cost me a fortune. It's cool, I like it. Added a few more planes to make big bucks. And diversified our food. I mean, you can't tell because it just says food, but the fact that now we are capable of making... No, I don't want a crappy AI. Now that we're making it out of both corn and fruit instead of just fruit, means it must be more variety. So, it's very cool. So yeah, I think this has been overall absolutely fantastic. So, I think at this point, I'm going to put a break in the video because we're bumping up to time control anyway. But so I'd like to thank everyone for watching today, and I hope you enjoyed watching and enjoying the series so far. If you are, please feel free to leave a comment or a like, or, you know, share with some of your friends who might be into this sort of thing. Anything that helps grow the channel is always a pleasure. So, anyway, thanks again for watching, and until next time, I hope you'll come and hang out with me again. And we'll see you on the other side.